Well, hello there, ladies and gents. Today I am going on a fishing adventure. Using some light tackle today, I have a 6'4" light St. Croix Panfish Edition rod. I'm also using a Shimano static 1000 size reel with 10-pound braid to a 4-pound monofilament leader. Right now I'm currently throwing a 16th ounce beetle spin with a Crappie Magnet jig. So as you can see here, I am hooked up and I was able to pull in this very nice sized bluegill. He happened to be 8.5 inches, which is a decent size for a bluegill in Michigan. While I was getting the hook out, the bluegill was actually speaking to me. He was telling me, he was pretty bored and he wanted to come hang out with me in my freezer. He said, he's like, I'd like to go and hang out in your freezer with some friends, and for a later date, if that was possible. And, I wasn't really quite thinking that I was going to have to hang out with some friends tonight, but he talked me into it. So, I was like, all right, buddy, listen, you can come hang out in my freezer as long as you bring some friends. No problem. I'll bring you home with me. You can come hang out and stay for a while, and then we'll hang out, at a later date, hopefully with some, breadcrumbs and some oil and stuff like that. Um, so, he talked me into it. So in the bag he went, just like that. He's coming to hang out. Yeah, buddy. So right here, I actually switched to my 6'9" St. Croix ultralight reel with a Viper X PC Fun 1000 size reel. I got the reel such a good deal. It was like 45 bucks. So as you can see here, I'm tossing them out there and get a little bit more distance, and I got hooked up. This thing is jumping. I'm like, man, this is a nice bass. I got him. Look at him jump right into the net. It's insane. So I get him, and I'm like, all right, whoa. Whoa, man, you've been hanging out with too many bass. I don't see any crappie jumping like that. I'm like, holy cow, man. So he was telling me, he's like, I've been hanging out with bass. They've been teaching me moves and all this stuff. I'm like, man, you sure have. But he was a thick boy. So I was like, hey, man, I don't know if you know bluegill here, but, you guys are going to get to know each other, if you know what I mean. So he went in the bag too. So I'm just throwing around actually a small jig with a tube plastic on there. Weirdest looking lure you would ever see, but these fish for whatever reason, man, they love them. It's like a T-bone or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm hooked up again. I'm reeling them in. I actually got tipped off by Mr. Bluegill. He said, "Hey, I got like a third cousin over there on the corner. Mr. Radier Sunfish." And I was like, well, he probably not related by blood, but I'll go check out your cousin. So I went over there and he told me the truth. I can't believe he gave his cousin up, but maybe he just wanted to see him. So I was like, "Here you go, man. I got your cousin. You guys got a family reunion." So then I'm going over, and I'm like, "Hey, what's that over there? That looks nice." And I seen like a little log poking just the tip out of the water. So I threw over by that. It was in the water briefly, and I got hit. Didn't get the hook in him. So I'm like, okay, buddy, this is how you want to go, huh? You want to play some hardball, And it's like, I'm not up for that. So I was like, if you do that again, let's see what happens. Sure enough, he thought he had something, and I got him. I got him. I was like, hey, man, this one might actually be your cousin. This bluegill, he was another good size one. He was 8 inches, but he was he was a hungry boy. I'll tell you, I'll say that much. But I got him, and I was like, hey man, I don't know if you know him, but this is your cousin here. You can come hang out. Get to know each other. So in the bag he went. So then I actually got one more tip from Mr. Bluegill. He's like, "Hey, I got a buddy around the corner, you know." And I was like, "Man, you already got you like you know everyone in this lake, don't you?" He's like, "I sure do, you know." And he was telling me, so I was like, "All right, man, I'll go check it out." And I go over there, and I'm just like looking around. I didn't see anything, you know. I was looking, I was searching, I couldn't find anything. And then finally, last second, I ran into to Mr. Crappie here, you know, and he was like, "Hey man, I was just trying to hang out on the corner." I was like, "Hey man, I got you, you know, but I got some friends you can come hang out with. You guys can come and hang out and stay for a while at my place down in the freezer." So hey guys, I do appreciate y'all for watching. You know, stay tuned for more.